Welcome back. I'm doing an intro again. We're doing an intro for Piss Pit.
We gotta do an intro.
Heck yeah.
We're doing an intro because we got a new setup. I'm sure you can tell, but yeah. Woo! New setup. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Heck yeah.
This is
Uh,
crazy. This is a dream
official.
come true.
This is a dream come true. Dude,
Had-
Cyber Monday is awesome.
Cyber Monday's a great day.
Love Cyber,
Cyber Monday makes me really horny.
We also got a new table. That's IKEA, and we're just gonna roll past the fact that Cyber Monday makes Trevor horny.
Yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
gonna completely ignore that actually.
Yeah.
As we do
I'm
with
okay
most
with
things that
that.
Trevor says.
Dude, that guy makes me angry.
So the one issue with this setup is if we're gonna be hitting our vapes like we have been, if you're in the mic, it doesn't do it this one. What the fuck?
Wait.
Oh, let me try. Let me try. This one's a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Yep, there. My
Yeah.
other one will be like.
Yeah. Trevor's other one makes a buzzing noise.
I
It's-
brought the right one then.
yeah.
I'm
There you
glad.
go.
I brought in the wrong one. This is the one that tastes like
Oh
buttered
shit.
popcorn.
Butter
Oh.
popcorn.
Is yours? Where's your other one?
It's in my black jacket. That's in
that's
Charlie's
in
room.
my room. Yeah.
Nice.
So this is also the first episode where we're actually sipping on beer. We're fucking
Yes,
men.
we're men
Yeah.
today. We're
Me
men
and
today.
Trevor sipping on some Pacificos. It's a taco Saturday, and Solomon's got his Blue Moons over there.
Hell yeah, Blue Moon, baby.
Loud and proud.
This is
Hold
not
that fist
sponsored.
up, baby.
This
I
is not
stand with
sponsored.
Blue Moon.
So you want you go.
I have a huge story.
huge story.
It's gonna take a while. So
you
if
want
we
to start? You want to start it off?
I wanna
Or
start off?
Should I just get everyone's favorite weekly segment over?
Let's get our weekly segment.
Okay,
dude. That's
well-
how we always start it.
All right.
So,
Woman of the week.
Woman of the week.
Woman of the
yeah. Woo!
woman of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Everyone's favorite segment. I've got a juicy one.
A juicy
week.
one. Ooh, I
Got a
love
good
a good
one.
juicy one.
We love stories that have to do with my ex. We love
Yes.
stories
Oh.
that have to do with my ex.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
So-
the best. That's the most content right there.
I'm sorry if I get any information or anything said a little bit misconstrued. It's been a week. So to my ex, if you are listening to this, I'm sorry. Wait. No, I'm not. Cuz fuck you.
Yeah.
I've been planning that line.
Give us a
Oh,
cheer.
A cheer?
Which one are you gonna do?
I don't know, laugh track.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Someone's just shaking his head over there.
this is a week ago today.
All right, really? It's a week
Um,
ago.
I was as I have said on here before, I was picking up a shift. I've been picking up shifts at the Rainier, and she works there. And my dad and a couple of his friends came in on this Saturday, and I see I have clear view of their table from the kitchen, and I see there's three
You're
of
like
them
an
and they're out
Overwatch
of
hero. You're just looking over.
yeah. There's
All right,
three.
nerd.
What do we put on?
There's three of them, three. My dad and his two friends, and then there's an open seat, and I see her sit down right next to my dad, and like, to anyone who just is first hearing that might sound weird, like your ex sitting with your dad, but they had a really good like my dad really liked her when we were together, so it's not that weird. I mean, it's
It's
weird,
a little weird,
but-
but like their relationship's cool. So
yeah,
it's like, okay,
they're
whatever.
still
Yeah.
on good terms.
Yeah.
So I'm like a little bit upset about it, but whatever, because it was slow. So I wanted to go say what's up to my dad and his friends. And as soon as she gets up and leaves, I walk out the kitchen and sit down in that same seat, and I'm talking to them. And she
You're like, it's my turn now.
yeah, and she walks by the table and she's like, "You stole my fucking spot." She said that under her breath, and like everyone, I didn't say shit. And everyone else at the table just laughed, and my dad was like, "You snooze, you lose," or
Like,
whatever.
hardy har har, slapping their
And-
knees, clinking their
So,
beers.
That just pissed me the fuck off. Because
That would piss me off too.
I've made it clear to my parents that we are not on good terms, me and my ex.
Yeah.
But that was like from her side, not my side. I would have been fine being on good terms with her, but from her end. So she was basically making me look like the bad guy by the one thing she was willing to say to me in person for weeks was in front of my father.
Right.
So that really upset me. So at the end of the shift, after pretty much everyone had cleared out and we were closing, she was wiping off a table, and I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, when you have a minute, can we talk outside?" And she's like, "About?" And I sighed.
Ugh. Ugh, I can hear it.
I'm like, I don't want to do this in here. And she said, about. And I said, okay, that situation that happened over there at table 41. She's like, what situation?
Camera pans over to 41.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, what
Peter Griffin
situation? I'm like,
appears.
with my dad and his friends. She kind of looks at me a weird way, and I was like, I do not give a fuck if you talk to him. I understand you guys are still on good terms, but when you made a little comment to me, and that's the one fucking thing that you said to me all day in front of my dad, that makes me look like the bad guy. You realize that, right?
You don't want to be put in that situation where now it's your dad who's like, well, maybe my son's like
Exactly. Like
lying to me. Like,
exactly,
what did he do?
Exactly. So that I was just like, that's not cool. And she was like, well, first of all, if anything, I was being fucking rude. I told you stole my fucking seat. And I was like, come on. We both know you. You're a very sarcastic person. You make those jokes all the time. Like, you weren't being serious. And she was like, and secondly, he's probably not even going to remember it because he was really drunk. But I was like, it's the fucking principle. It's not the fact that he's not going to won't remember it.
He was just wasted.
But
He's
I realized
fine.
I realized in that moment that like the conversation just wasn't going to go the way that I wanted it to go.
Naturally.
So I didn't even
As it is with
respond.
them.
I walked away and I went outside and continued my closing. I was throwing away my trash and everything. So I did everything that I had to do outside in the alley, and I open up the back door to head back into the restaurant and finish my closing. And I see her storming
Huffing
right
and
at
puffing.
me.
You're like,
I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. I roll my eyes and I turn around and I go back outside. And she's like, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm being rude to you, but it's my way of making sure that I don't get pulled back in.
dramatic piano playing.
Yeah. Hey,
And
if she's going to try to make you look like a bad guy in any way, you might as well just reconfirm what she thinks and give her the nastiest right hook anyone's ever seen.
Whoa!
Salman's
Okay.
like, woman abuse.
Anyways.
Salman's joking, by the way. Salman
Allegedly.
would never lay a
Um,
finger on a woman.
So, anyways, she said that, and I was like, "Look, I don't care what we are, what's between us, like, but let's be on good terms. So, like, we can be like, hey, what's up? How's your day? Like, just be cordial, or don't fucking talk to me."
Those exact words is what you said?
Somewhere around
Somewhere
those
along
lines.
those
I think it was. I don't think I used fucking. I think I said don't talk to me, and she was
Shoulda
like,
used fucking.
I wish I did. I
yeah.
wish I did.
No.
And she
Salman
was
is
like,
not over in the corner.
I'm over in the
Motioning
corner
a right hook.
shadow boxing.
she was like, well, you're gonna be picking up some shifts here, so that would be kind of awkward, right? And I'm like, yeah, I am gonna be working here.
You're like,
And
it would be awkward.
It would be awkward, yeah, but I'm not okay with this fucking, like, we're talking, but like we're not on bad terms. Like, I'm not cool with that. So like, let's keep it work related, or don't fucking say another word to me. And that time I know I said those exact words. And
It's
as
vivid.
soon as I said that, before she got the chance to reply, our boss walked out. And he just goes, I fucking hate my life. And I completely turn all of my attention away from her and look straight at him. And I'm like, oh yeah, why's that? And she bolted back inside. And I haven't said another word to her since then. She hasn't said another word to me. It's been a week. But that being said, this is where this woman of the week goes over to Trevor. He can continue the story. This happened yesterday. You were talking to her because you guys were working together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was a little.
Put
I was
you on
like,
the spot.
What did I do?
Yeah.
So, biggest thing, me and her, we're, I guess, cool in a way. Like, obviously, like, me and Charlie, you know, we're lovers.
Yeah.
What? Hold, huh?
Whoa.
Huh? Whoa.
Crazy lore drop. No, but I'm having some issues myself, and I had nobody to talk to, and she was there, and I was like, hey, like, you, like, come outside. I want to rant for a second. And we ranted. I, like, ranted about my thing, and halfway through what I was talking about, she just stops me and goes, well, how's Charlie doing? And I was like, oh, fuck, what exactly did I say?
You said, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, I was like, wouldn't you like to know? And just kept going on about my thing.
I never told Trevor to say anything like this to her. So when he told me that yesterday, I was like, I fucking love you, man. I love you so much.
That was the exact response that Charlie would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And like I didn't even mean to. I was just or I meant to, but like
So
you know,
when you told me that though, I was expecting her to try to talk to me at work today, and then she
Oh,
didn't at all.
to be like, hey, how are you?
And she.
Trevor said he would tell me.
Again today, I went outside. This was around 7. I went outside to the freezer wasn't working, so I was having to throw some stuff back in the basement.
Of course it
And I
wasn't.
went outside to do that, and she was first off, and she was leaving, and like she was already halfway down the alley, but I saw her like her back turned to me, and I just said under my breath, "Good riddance, get the fuck out of here."
Good riddance.
Could have just
Bro-
chased her.
Bro turned into an elder. What?
What is your issue today?
What are you talking about?
You're beating a woman?
Chasing her
Tendencies?
down?
Putting them back in their place? What's wrong with that? Come on. Allegedly, this is.
Oh, you can't say
Allegedly.
allegedly after that, man.
What are you talking about?
I don't
say.
know, it's
I
allegedly.
can say allegedly.
Allegedly, I was saying that.
Allegedly, I can say it whenever I want.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, Trevor's no. Truthfully, Trevor's like morbidly obese.
All right. Can we name this episode allegedly?
Allegedly.
Um,
But that's my woman of the week.
it's a pretty crazy woman of the week. How was today, by the way? Christmas parade.
Work-wise,
Yeah, Christmas
it
parade.
was busy as fuck.
Yeah.
I think we finished at like check 180 something, and I still got off before you.
You still did, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mingle a lot.
Yeah.
I mingle a lot.
I was like, I'm not
Even
mingling,
when I have
wanna record
podcast
the
night.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor is like you don't look like you'd be the most sociable person in the world, but surprisingly,
He's a little butterfly.
no, he's just sitting
I
there
guess.
talking to like old women
Hey,
for hours. That's not a bad thing.
Hours.
I got away
Trevor's
with the
a gilf
words.
hunter.
I'm a gilf
He
hunter.
is.
I got my freaking crossbow. I got my sword. Okay.
What?
And now we're back to the beating woman.
All right.
Yeah, no. Well,
Dude.
no. I'm a
Dude.
hunter.
You know, 20% of our audience is women.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, 20%.
After this one, next week's will be 15%. That's my goal. We want to get that number down to 0.
Dude, it's like
You
that.
know, actually, the craziest thing,
What?
5% of our audience is non-binary, and we literally have an episode named Boopy Feet Femboy.
Okay, in our defense, we're open for everybody. You know, we accept everybody.
Bro was fucking hitting on a femboy. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I did not realize.
I am
that
not
they
a
were
crook. That's what
so-
you're having right now.
That being said, sorry to everyone who is a weekly viewer, because we actually do have some of those, that this episode is a day
Okay,
late.
shut the fuck up.
Because someone doesn't know what don't make plans after 9 p.m. on Friday nights means.
All right. To be fair, you guys, if someone wants to go through my phone and look at everything, there is never a specific text message. Okay. You guys actually can't look through my phone. I need
I would
like
love
10
to.
minutes alone really quick.
No, you keep that. Anyways.
I was never specifically told. In the back of my mind, I knew that it wasn't the right thing to do, but I was never specifically, explicitly told, hey, don't make plans on Friday night.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
In the
No.
Piss Pit group chat on Snapchat.
All right.
We're all bringing up the
I said,
receipts.
I don't know if it's
my
saved,
phone brightness is
but
all
when
the
I
way
made
up.
that group chat, I said,
It's not
all right.
saved.
I said, all right,
It is not saved.
from this point on, instead of planning when we're going to do
My
the
bad,
episode,
audience.
just 9 p.m. Friday nights. Unless something else is said, specified. 9 p.m. Friday nights.
All right.
And you didn't specify shit.
Do you guys want to know the only thing that's saved in that group chat?
No, we don't need. I just saw
What
it.
is
We
it?
don't need to
I
fucking show
didn't
it.
look.
Give it a quick guess.
Quick guess.
Just real quick.
Trevor's
turn your phone off.
fatty.
I'm just watching myself.
You're close, but it's not Trevor.
Solomon's fatty.
Oh, it's
No, it's
a fatty.
it's a Fortnite skin that's not.
Here, I'm closer to him. I'm closer to him.
And it's just a zoomed in picture
Here's
of
that photo.
Oh, lovely. That
No.
was after American Woman, I think.
Oh,
Whenever
Oh,
the
yeah.
episode that we got Twisted Tea was when that picture was taken.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Beatbox.
I think that was American
Was-
Woman.
Oh,
It was American Woman, I think.
yeah,
Dude.
Yeah, that was a fun episode.
That was a fun night afterwards.
Yeah,
Right?
it
You
really
guys at
was.
home don't understand how just destroyed we were.
Yeah.
We did talk about it though, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Gonna, yeah. But it was just great.
It's a good time.
No, yeah, it was.
Um,
I will say from here on out,
mhm.
unless there's an emergency or something that is
He's got his
family
hand up. Keep
related,
that hand up.
unless there's someone have a Bible that I can put my hand on.
No.
Unless
Bible.
there's
Closest
something
thing we
that's-
have is
unless there's something
a
that's-
Pacifico.
Okay. unless there's something that is family related, I have to go somewhere, do something, be with someone, or there's an emergency, I will not miss another Friday night episode. Unless there's a holiday, a federal holiday.
No. Like I said, we'll plan for Fridays after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
unless specified. We just
Unless
need a little bit of a warning in advance.
Yeah.
Which
Which
you
did.
gave like a 24-hour notice, which is enough. But I'd rather it be
It
for
was
something
at
like
least a 36-hour notice.
Okay,
It was
but,
like 6 in the morning.
doing or changing the day of the episode to go hang out with other friends is different than changing the day of the episode because your mother's house caught on fire and
Sucks for her.
you have to be
Elbows.
there for her.
I had fun yesterday.
Did you
Okay.
have fun yesterday?
I did. It was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
You would have had more fun.
I
on
heard
the
that you went
podcast.
negative 36, right?
Nope. No.
No?
34.
My bad. Gave you a
I
little
didn't-
too much credit.
I didn't realize we were doing the Top Golf one where you can only get the back 2 targets, and those ones will give you positive points,
Mm-hmm.
and all the other ones give you negative points. So I was just hitting them, and I got 1 or 2 back there in the white one, which is the second farthest target out there. But I was pretty consistently hitting the orange or the blue,
Okay.
which is pretty solid for me because I'm not very good at golfing.
Yeah, no, that's...
I suck at golfing. I'm good at mini golf though. Put me on the green and I'll fuck anyone.
Put him on the green.
Oh, yeah,
He'll fuck
yeah.
him. He'll fuck them all.
Yeah,
He'll fuck
putting,
all the balls.
putting, absolutely. Driving, not my thing.
Yeah.
But it's still
There's
fun
such a technique
nonetheless.
to it.
There is a technique to
Like,
it.
it comes really down.
We
to it.
when we were sitting there, you have the option to like change the TV channel, and I changed it to ESPN because I knew Tiger Woods had been playing. I don't remember if it was that day or the day before, on Friday or Thursday.
Mhm.
And I was sitting there, and I was just like, my first half round, absolutely awful. Couldn't hit it, like just miserable. I kept hitting the top of the ball, and it would spin, and it would only go like 30, 40 yards max. Was that a gesture to make me lean closer to
That was just me adjusting myself, dude. You're
Okay.
good.
I
Okay.
think that honestly you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty close to my mic,
Yeah.
but I think that will be good. Because even like in post, I can turn you up or whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm worried about, your guys' headsets have a little buzz. I mean, it's not that bad, but I'm worried that that's gonna pick up in the actual audio in the recording.
Yeah, it's all trial and error. We'll get it nailed down.
I don't
for
think
the
so. I
next
think it's
couple of
just the
weeks.
We'll figure it out.
Yep, absolutely. But anyways, after sucking for like my first 8 swings, I switched the channel to ESPN, and I was sitting there watching Tiger Woods and other golfers hit drives.
and it gave you like that confidence. You were like,
No,
"Oh,
I just
oh."
realized. No, I just looked at it and I was like, oh, I'm way too close to the ball, and I'm
Ah.
swinging it like a baseball bat.
You gotta,
Fair enough.
Backed up a little bit, bent those knees.
There you go.
Man,
Speaking
after
of
that,
balls
just
just
straight
soaring.
bombs.
ESPN and sports, the fucking Washington-Oregon game yesterday was phenomenal.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness!
it was insane.
Phenomenal game.
Not to stay on the topic of Top Golf, but
How did you manage to make
We're going
this
back
about-
to the game after. You can
no,
finish
this
whatever
is
you're
game
saying.
related. This is
Okay,
game
okay.
related. We got there like way too early, and they were all mad at me because I was the one driving.
Mhm.
And we were sitting there, and they have those massive TVs out in like the lobby bar
Mhm.
area. So we were sitting there, and we watched the last 2 plays of the game. And
The best 2 plays of the game.
when I tell you
actually.
that place blew up, and there
Oh,
was like
dude.
I believe
beer
it.
being thrown up in the air,
Really?
Yeah.
it was screaming. Beer
The
being
Rainier
thrown in
went
the air.
crazy as well.
There was a crying Oregon Ducks fan that walked out because it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Bro,
Any-
what tear is that?
Any viewers that are in any other state in the country than Washington, you probably didn't see the game because for some reason all sports channels hate the Washington Huskies and
Yeah.
it's not played or viewed anywhere. But it was a huge, huge game because the Huskies undefeated. Oregon one loss. Their one loss was
to the
to the
Huskies.
Huskies earlier in the year.
Yeah.
But the
Which
Oregon
was also a really good game.
but Oregon, it was also a
Yeah,
3-point
it
game.
was.
Oregon was minus 9.5
9.5,
betting
yep.
odds. They were supposed
which is
to win.
crazy that they were the
Yeah.
underdogs.
Yeah.
The Huskies were the underdogs despite beating them. But I also thought the Huskies were going to lose. Just because of the game prior when they played the Cougs and only won by 3 points.
Yeah,
But-
and just watching the Ducks
The Ducks
play,
were looking really good.
watching Bo Nix, and he just looks like prime Tom Brady.
But that being said,
miss him.
If the Huskies won, they were in the playoffs. They were top 4.
Yeah.
If the Huskies lost, Oregon was going to take their spot.
Yeah, it was a huge
It was
game.
a huge game,
Wow.
and the Huskies weren't supposed to win. And
Yeah,
it was
actually,
awesome.
you know what would have sucked if the Ducks won? There's a really good chance they wouldn't have been in the playoffs because of the outcome of the games today.
True,
the
true,
outcomes of-
because-
we're talking about
because-
Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama beat Georgia, so that actually, I was talking about that with my father. Michigan won, so Michigan's going to go to number 1. The
Yeah, it's
Huskies,
Michigan Huskies at 2.
the Huskies are going to go to 2, but then this is where shit gets weird. The Florida State Seminoles, they won, so they're undefeated.
Mhm.
Yep.
But so you like, it almost seems like you have to put them in, but then Georgia is just a better team despite having 1 loss, and Alabama is a better team than Florida State despite having 1 loss. So do you put Florida at 3 and Bama at 4 because they beat Georgia, but Georgia deserves to be in the top 4? Or do you say the undefeated team, Florida State, isn't in? Do you put 2 1-loss teams, Bama and Georgia,
over
in 3 and 4 over an
loss.
undefeated team?
Here's how I got it. Michigan 1, UW 2.
That's clear. Yeah, obvious. It's
Very
3 and 4.
obvious, yeah. 3 and 4. FSU 3.
FSU,
Number 4?
Yeah.
Number 4, Texas.
Really?
What? No, you're wrong.
Nope. Texas.
Texas has been.
I agree that Florida State should be in because they were undefeated. But it's really hard to say because Florida State isn't better than Georgia.
No, they're not.
Georgia is, besides maybe Michigan, Georgia's the best team in college football this year.
No, 100%. Georgia is the best team. Their only downfall, they lost.
Exactly. They lost to Bama, so you can't put them above Bama now. They're both 1-loss teams, and Bama beat them. So I think Georgia's out, which is it's crazy to say because they were won.
They had
the
won like
entire
30
year.
games in the in a row.
Yeah.
Crazy. Probably one of the best stretches of college football ever by a single team.
Just to prove my point that the sports world hates the Huskies, during halftime of the Huskies game against Oregon yesterday, one of those analyst ladies that does all the numbering and for the teams, during halftime of their game, where there's Huskies fans watching, she was talking about how even if the Huskies win and go 13-0 for this game, how there's a chance they're not in the top 4.
Damn.
Which
Dumb bitch.
dumb bitch, yes.
Wow.
But it's just the only reason she said that is because people don't like the Huskies because the Huskies don't get as many views because they're in the Pac-12 compared to like Georgia.
Which we're going
Bama.
to the Big Ten, so and the Pac-12 might be dissolved.
It will be.
It will be. It will
Pac-12
be.
is the Pac-2.
It's done.
They lost 10 members.
But
they're one
How
privileged
can
government.
you say in a game that is being watched 70% by Huskies fans, by people from Washington, how can you say during halftime that their team's not going to be in, even if they go 13-0, even if they beat Oregon?
Views.
It's just lights.
It gets people talking about it.
It does get people
then have to
talking
go-
about it
right
People
now.
then have to go look back at it and be like, "Oh, what a stupid take."
Well, also think about like if you're a Huskies player and you're like watching that and you see that and you're like, guys, let's prove this bitch wrong. Let's prove this bitch wrong right now.
So that being said,
It's a light underneath.
I am
the
so happy
bat.
with the outcome with today because next week the Rose Bowl is the 2 seed versus the 3 seed. And if Georgia had won, that would have been Michigan versus Washington. And I don't think that we're beating Michigan.
No.
But I think we can beat Florida State. I think we can beat Bama. I think we can beat Georgia. I think any other team in the top 4 we can beat besides Michigan.
Michigan and Georgia.
I think they could take Georgia. Bama beat Georgia.
I mean,
Nope.
yeah, but it's
Georgia's
Georgia,
a better
dude.
team, but crazy shit happens.
Crazy
The
shit
Crazy
happens.
underdog
shit does happen,
for a
just like
reason.
us playing Georgia and then probably losing by 72 points.
We've
That
been putting up a
is-
fight though. I mean, you gotta give us
No,
some
yeah,
credit.
no. Yeah, I
The
will
issue with
say-
the Huskies is they do the same fucking thing as the Seahawks. They play down to the level of the team that they're playing.
Yeah. like
Why
when
did
played-
they only win by 3 points against the Cougs?
Yeah. or even like Oregon State. I get that Oregon State's
Oregon State is a good
th-
team, but the Huskies were a better team. That game shouldn't have been as close as it was.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or what was before the Cougs? Was it Arizona State? Utah.
Utah, yeah.
And they go up 22-7 or whatever in the first half, and then they don't score again the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning 22-20, but like shouldn't have been that close.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
shouldn't have been. They gave up.
I mean, even with Oregon this week, 20-7.
20-7, yeah. And then
And then it ends 34-30, 33-30, something like that.
Yeah.
34-31. It was a 3-point
Something-
game.
It was a one-score game. It came down to the last third and 9.
And with 2
2
minutes
minutes
and
left.
15 seconds, they let Oregon score in 2 fucking plays. Like
Yeah.
that's not that. If they're playing Georgia, they lose. If they're
Yeah.
playing Bama, they lose. They're playing
By
Michigan,
the
they lose.
way-
They can't do that.
By the way, what a crazy play call on 3rd and 9, midfield, a pitch,
yeah.
like just a toss to
Dude,
the running back.
Dylan
That is-
Johnson had a fucking game.
He did. That was absurd.
That's
that is
putting
every
trust-
college
That's
football
what's putting
player
trust
dreams
in
of.
your players. Be like, hey, man, 3rd and 9, get him on the line. I'm going to pitch it to you.
Well,
It's-
no.
You got to run.
Or
The
it's called
craziest thing-
shitty play calling.
I mean,
But
yeah.
in this case, it worked, so
It
it's
worked.
not shitty
The
play
craziest thing about that, everyone knew they were running. Everyone.
calling. Yeah.
And
I literally looked
even
at Joe and I
when-
was like, they're running
even-
the ball. And then fucking.
even the announcers are saying, okay, so they're going to run this ball, and then they're going to be giving the ball back to Oregon with 20 seconds left. How the fuck do you get a 15-yard run when the entire defense, all 11 men on the defense, know you're running that
Yeah.
ball?
Everyone
It
on the
doesn't matter if you're
defense
doing
knows,
an inside run.
Everyone in the stadium knows. Everyone watching knows.
How do you give up 15 yards? How do you let that first down happen?
That's
But I mean,
man.
I'm not upset about it. I was sitting in here because I was hanging out with my cat, and he loves this room. And
Chico does love this room.
That play happened, and I fucking jumped for joy. I screamed. I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's fucking go! Fuck you, Oregon!" And I woke up my cat. I felt bad, but like I was hyped up, and I texted my dad. I was like, "Huskies to the playoffs," and he texted me back, "Hell fucking yeah!" Like it was a good.
That is some good
Yeah, we just-
American Friday right there, baby.
We just had a fuck the Ducks chant going.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was awesome.
again, for anyone who doesn't know, not only was this like the biggest game of the year for the Huskies, Washington and Oregon have a huge rivalry, and they've had a huge
Huge
rivalry
rivalry.
forever.
It's always a close game. I think there was like a stat about it. It's been a close game for like a couple years.
yeah.
It always comes down to like the wire. Not always, but like just in the recent like memory.
Yeah, you said that, and I was immediately thinking back to like Marcus Mariota, and I was like, oh.
You're like, "Ugh." And Penix will still be the 4th quarterback off the board in the draft.
Yeah. Who goes before him?
Caleb Williams
Caleb
goes
Williams,
1.
Drake May.
Dude.
May goes 2. Bo Nix goes 3. Penix goes 4.
Fuck Caleb Williams.
Fuck
He's
Caleb
gonna be.
Williams.
He's a fraud.
He's gonna be the shittiest quarterback.
He's a
in the
fraud,
NFL.
but he's still
I'm
gonna go.
call it
He's gonna
now.
go number 1 overall. It doesn't even matter if the Panthers get the pick; they'll trade it away.
Panthers
Yeah.
don't have the pick. It's Bears pick.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the Bears.
Bears pick,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's the Bears pick.
But
But
the Bears
still,
Bears
the
won.
Bears they have Justin Fields.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know who the Bears would want to draft at number 1, which makes me think that they should trade it.
I think they're gonna trade it away, just
Yeah.
like they did last year.
Yeah, they should trade it for an inside top 5 pick.
Yeah,
And then
100%.
grab Marvin Harrison Jr.
I would love for the Seahawks to trade up to get a quarterback, but they're not going to. Pete Carroll doesn't do that.
I don't know. I really don't think they should, because think back to the last good quarterback that they drafted. It was Russell Wilson, right?
Round 3.
Yeah, that's why I don't think they should be picking a quarterback in the first round.
See,
The value is not there.
I don't want Caleb Williams.
No.
I don't want Drake May.
Mm-mm.
Whoa, now, all right.
Bo Nix would be cool.
Drake May.
I would gladly take Bo Nix.
I'd gladly take Bo Nix. Penix is going to
Penix-
fall to 20. I don't want Penix. I love Penix,
Penix would
Don't
make
want
sense,
Penix.
though.
but I don't want him. But he's going to fall to 20. He's going to fall to where the Seahawks pick.
Yeah.
That being said, next year, Shador Sanders. I don't love him, but he's going to be good.
He had promise this
And then
season.
There's,
He had promise
there's
in the
that,
first 2 games.
There's
and then
that
shit
there's
bed
that
the rest
other
of the season.
the LSU quarterback.
Yeah, that guy.
Is
Uh,
it Jaden Daniels.
yeah, Jaden Daniels. And I think he's next
He
year
looks
too,
good.
though.
Yeah. He's next year or the year after. I think he's got Heisman locked up, though. As good as Penix was this season, he's
Yeah,
got it locked up.
Well, they're not going to give it to Penix because Penix plays for Washington.
Yeah.
It's
And
gonna
that's
be
just not how that rolls.
it's gonna be
guys.
Drake May or Daniels,
Yeah.
and
And
it would have been Bo Nix if Oregon won yesterday,
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
but they didn't.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well,
Yeah. All right, Trevor.
Sorry to all of our women viewers. We know you're not even listening anymore.
Whoa, Trevor's being. Sorry. I'm just
Wow.
so used
Hey,
to Trevor
hey,
being.
I'm
the fuck
friends
up.
with 2 of our 20% women viewers, and both of them are like,
Charlie's being sexist.
both of them check. They're like, I check out when you guys talk about sports. I don't get it.
well, we're done. We're done
We're
with
done with
sports.
that. Trevor's got his crazy story.
I got my
It's gonna
crazy
take a while.
story. Yes.
I want to talk about Otani for like 2 minutes, but
Okay. Well,
we can do
we're-
that after the
we're
podcast.
on
We can do
sports.
that after the
No,
podcast.
we're on
We're on
sports.
sports.
We're-
Oh.
Get it out.
Let's
Get it out.
as long as the Blue Jays
Because
don't
mine
get
is
him, we're
not
good.
sports.
That's all I'm gonna say. As long as the Blue Jays don't get Otani, we're good.
Okay.
I want the Mariners to get him. Fuck John Stanton. He's a bitch.
hmm
Like,
Well, we
there's-
all
there's
know
really
the
nothing
Mariners
else.
are gonna suck next year. I had to.
Oh,
Wow.
I had to.
Bro did
I
it.
had to show it off.
Bro did it.
So
That's
speaking
crazy.
of the soundboard, though, I can get custom sounds just by putting sounds on the SD card.
Do you know what would be really
Can get
funny?
custom sounds
Is if we recreated those sounds,
just with our mouths.
just with our mouths or whatever we had around. Yeah. That would be hilarious.
That was terrifying. Never mind. I
Alrighty.
want to do that one.
Trevor. Let's
right,
hear your
gentlemen.
Crazy story.
There's something that I did a couple months ago.
Actually, sorry. Before you start,
Okay.
can I try a sip of the Blue Moon?
Yeah, sure.
I've never been a fan, but I'm already a little drunk, so.
Take a little swig.
Yucky.
It's good, but it's not as good as a Pacifico. I think the reason I like
That's fair.
Mexican beer so much, though, is because it's like one of the first beers that I had that I enjoyed.
That's fair.
Because my coworkers are all Mexican, and that's what they drink.
That's fair.
So,
That's so real of you.
yeah.
I'm not gonna talk shit for you liking them.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a pub beer.
Yeah. Fucking Charlie C. I'm not saying his last name.
Pub beer.
Yeah.
That shit's nasty.
Pub beer is
It's cheap fun.
it's cheap. It's rough.
Cheap rough.
I could probably drink.
Actually, I want to hit the buttered popcorn. Sorry.
I could probably drink about 50
Shut up,
of
fatty.
those and be totally sober.
That'd be good.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
So, sorry. One last
They're
thing,
really
since
good
we're
when you're
talking
already drunk,
about
though.
Alcohol. That is true. So, I haven't had beer or any of my own alcohol for a while, and like I've said on this before, my mom's cool with me having some of her drinks, her seltzers and shit. But I've been drinking so many of her seltzers that they're all almost gone, and I don't want to take like the last ones.
Mhm.
So I've been like rummaging through the fridge, the ones that have been there for like months or years.
And you're like, I
And-
know she's not gonna touch that
Yeah, and
or care.
I've had some of the worst alcoholic beverages of my life.
You have. You've tried a
recently.
couple on the podcast and
So-
made us go
Yeah,
through
the
that
locust
torture.
cider, but not even
The
that.
lotus,
just
the
this-
lotus.
Yeah, the Lotus cider, but more recently.
Aren't they extinct?
So
Thought they were. Jurassic Park or Jurassic World told me they were extinct. So
I've learned I'm not
The
a
new one.
huge fan of like hard liquor anymore. Like I can do
Really?
shots, but I'd rather just drink beer.
God, you're getting into your dad phase
I'm
already.
getting into my dad phase already. I'm 20 years old.
Goddamn.
Allegedly.
And then
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. And I had this drink yesterday. It was Bud Light brand. It had Bud Light on there. So I was like, it should be okay. It was like an 8% like cinnamon apple cider or some shit. I took one sip of that and I threw it away. I dumped
Yeah.
the rest on the sink. It was disgusting.
It's fair, dude.
Horrible.
Terrible.
I was gaming with you.
You're gaming
like,
with me,
yeah.
and you went.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and he's like, not good. And then you're talking
Man.
about it further.
All right, we'll finally let you talk.
All
Trevor.
right.
Tell your crazy story.
One other. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Trevor.
I'll shank you, man.
I know you will.
That was pretty funny. I promise
Alright.
I won't fuck around with the soundboard as much.
We're
in
ju-
future
we're just having a
episodes.
good
We're just
time.
having a good time.
All right. So I did something about what is it, December?
About a month ago.
About 3 months ago.
Fatty
Oh.
did something. That's
Fatty-
crazy.
Wow, you're in it on now.
I've always been on it.
I know you've been really quiet about it, and I've appreciated you. I did something about 3 months ago. A little bit of a big thing. I can't believe I actually haven't talked about it. I went to a metal festival. The worst metal festival in the history of metal festivals. Okay, the one that I went to
In Kenya.
and
Right?
no,
They're dying
Virginia.
to know what
Same
metal
thing.
festival it is.
What?
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean potato.
Yeah, Kenya,
This,
Virginia.
This festival was called Blue Ridge Rock Festival. I was one of the lucky survivors of it. For anybody that knows anything on it, not you guys, but I'm just saying, like, you know, the general
The
consensus
viewers.
of our viewers.
Yeah, I definitely heard something about it that was other than you sharing posts on social media.
Yeah, I did post a little bit. I didn't go
Yeah.
too crazy, but I did go a little hard with the post just because I was very
No,
excited.
I feel like that was a valid response to
like-
being at something exciting.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be one of those people that posted every single, you know, like you're tapping the screen
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah,
okay, I
like-
just saw an entire song.
Motherfuckers who go to a concert to watch it through their phones.
Yeah, exactly.
There was this fucking girl who had her birthday. Every single person that sent her a birthday text, she screenshot, posted on her story, and said "thank you," and then put their name in.
That's
There was like
crazy,
60 posts on her story.
dude.
Sorry,
Thank
keep
you.
going.
That's too much.
Made
Thank
me
you,
so
thank
fucking
you.
mad at like 8 a.m. on a Tuesday.
So, me and my best friend Dev, our best friend. He's your best friend.
Yeah, he's my best
He's
friend.
your best
I haven't
friend.
seen him in a while. But
Yeah.
he's my best friend.
Wait, sorry. I'm really sorry. I know you want to tell your story.
It's a
but
long story,
Speaking of
dude, so,
Devin,
like,
I really wanted to
whatever-
talk. I really wanted to talk about this, but I needed to find the right time to bring it up.
And I brought up his
And
name.
You brought
so.
up his name, so now we're here. Very soon, it's in the making. Hopefully, in the next couple of months, I'm gonna go visit Devin in
Yeah?
Yosemite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit on the phone, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to see him
In Yosemite.
in Yosemite.
The
I'm jealous, dude.
national
I
park?
want to go
The
see him in
national park.
Yosemite.
That's where he lives.
Ooh.
He lives in Yosemite.
He has
What?
really bad service right now. Yeah.
That's why he has really bad service. He got a restaurant job at the like lodge restaurant in
Yeah.
Yosemite, and he lives like there's cabins for all the crew, the
a
members.
tent.
No,
you have-
they're cabins.
You
He
have
lives in a
no
tent.
idea how
Yeah.
jealous I am. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
He lives in Yosemite.
Dude,
right
he'll
now.
post
That's
like
cool.
photos of like waking up, and I'm like, dude, I would be happy. I would not be.
He's like
All of
he's
my
like,
problems would go away.
He's like, dude, if you're ever gonna visit, we need to do shrooms here. And I'm like, I don't know why.
I would
but
do shrooms there, honestly.
Yeah, that is like
I
one of
would
the
do
most beautiful places in the
Because
world.
yeah, I would not be upset. I'd be like, I'm happy.
This is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
we'll finally let
Sorry,
you talk
Yes.
about
go
the
ahead.
story.
I won't say anything.
So me and Dev have been expecting this trip for a while. Our boss was like, "Hey, just so you know, there's this festival coming up. It's called Blue Ridge Rock. I know I got tickets, and I think it'd be really cool if you got tickets." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll probably get them." And my boss was like, "Yeah, just like how you were supposed to get Aftershock tickets, because I was supposed to get Aftershock tickets for last year,
Which is a
and-
rock festival in
which is
California.
also a rock festival in California." And I didn't, and so I said, "All right, fuck you." And I went on my phone and I bought them. But when I tried, and I'm realizing this was a sign from a god somewhere that was like, don't go here, because my card kept getting declined, and the website kept refusing to give me like the okay. So I spent like 3 hours just refreshing the page, going back in, blah, 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 and I finally got it. And I was like, okay. I called Devin. Devin had no clue. Devin's just living his life in California, and he gets a call from me being like, hey, I bought us tickets to go to this festival that's across the country. I need you to pay for the Airbnb. Thanks, buddy. And he was like, okay. So, bought all that stuff. Like, in total, the cost was about, I'd say, $3,000
Jeez.
to go. Okay?
Yeah.
Because the tickets were about $700, and then the Airbnb was $2,000.
700
Oh
each
my
or 700?
gosh.
700
both of
total.
you?
700
Okay.
total. $300 roughly, $250 to $300
$350
per
that's
ticket.
math.
I don't do good math. Okay. I don't do good with math. So now all these months are coming up, you know, Tex and Devin were excited. Tyler's like, oh my God, you know, get these passes. I'm like, okay, I'll get these passes, blah, 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 blah. Devin comes down. Me, Charlie, and Devin, we go to the Rainier. We you know, sit down, we have our meals, you know, reminiscing. Tyler's fucking in the kitchen, just
Giving Devin shit.
giving Devin shit. Devin gave Tyler shit
Yeah.
for the ahi that came out. He's like, this is under season. And he was like, well, I made that. And you could just see Devin's face just be like, it's pretty good. It was the best thing ever. And I could see that Tyler was just having a good time. You know, he saw all three of us. I could see it in his eyes that he was just like, oh, it's my
The
boys.
gang's
It's my
back.
boys. You know, I don't give
For
a
anyone
fuck
who
what he
doesn't
says.
know, Devin also worked at the
Devin
Rainier.
also worked at the Rainier. And I'd like to think that all four of us have a pretty cool bond.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyways, so it comes to the day, you know, like literally the day after we all hung out. Me and Devin went. Our whole plan was we're gonna go straight home, straight to bed. We gotta wake up at 4 because our flight's at 6. So we want to, get up so we can wake up, get there, have an hour to kind of exist, and then get on the plane. Yeah, we didn't go to bed. We're excited, dude. We're fucking going across the country. We're like, holy shit, dude. He finally went to bed. I did not end up going to bed at all. I stayed up the entire night, just laying there, trying to go to bed. But it was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I had...
Melatonin.
I should have, but I was just so worried that I was going to sleep through the alarm that I refused to take it. I refused. So I was like, no, I'm going to go to bed. I'm good. I woke up at like 9 the other morning. I've been awake for a while. It's going to be okay. We had passes. We had our wristbands, 4-day general admission. And I just kind of kept playing with it. And Devin woke up. And I was like, oh, hey, man. He's like, hey. And I was like, I'm just looking at our passes. And he was like, oh, cool. The whole thing is that we agreed is that we weren't going to put the passes on until we got there.
Yeah.
He grabs and just puts it on. And I'm like, all right. Ow, ow, ow. I don't even care about the sound quality.
Even with the new setup, we still...
I hit my
fucking
finger.
Even with a nice big new table, we still hit it.
Yeah. Ow, my bad. He puts it on. I'm like, okay, fine. So we both put it on. 4 o'clock comes. We wake up. Oh, I get out of bed.
Yeah.
My mom was gonna drive us. God bless her soul. She went and got us McDonald's. Chauffeured us. I was so sleep deprived, dude. Mom clutch as fuck, dude. She drove us to the airport. We got to the airport. And our flight was from SeaTac, which is where we're from, to Texas. And then Texas to North Carolina, Charlotte, or Greensboro. And we...
You could have seen Mr. Beast.
We could have seen Mr. Beast, dude. We were so close to him.
Oh my god.
So we're getting to the airport, like flying there, and my mom's texting me because I bought Wi-Fi, so I could text my mom because she wanted to know my updates and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, how big's the airport? My mom's like, oh, it's, she like took a screenshot. She's like, it's really not that big. The Texas airport, it's actually a pretty small airport. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank God. I don't want to deal with a big airport. We're landing down. This is the biggest fucking airport I have ever seen in my life. There is a train.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Dude.
Texas? Is it?
It was Dallas.
Yeah,
It was Dallas.
No, it's a big airport.
Yeah.
That's a huge
It's a
airport.
huge airport.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, there's a train at SeaTac.
Yes, there's also a train
Yeah.
at Dallas. But yeah, I guess it's
Yeah.
big enough. But it's way bigger than SeaTac. Way bigger.
For sure.
Yes.
So we land down. We're like, okay, it's fine. We were late because our flight was late. So we had about 30 minutes to go across the airport.
Ugh.
Oh.
Okay. And so we're like, okay, it's at C1 or it's at D1, which it's A, B, C, D, and we're at A1. So we've got to go all the way across the airport, right? Go all the way across the airport. Fucking took us like 20 minutes to get there to nobody there. Nobody's outside. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, is our plane gone? We go to the guy and we're like, hey, this is our flight. This is the gate. What's up? And he's like, let me get my app out, let me fucking go into town. He's like, oh yeah, it's at A now. And we have 10 minutes to get there.
Oh.
And we are like, fuck. So I've never seen Devin run so fast in my life, and I've never ran so fast in my life, okay? We are booking it down, because now, thank God, since we're at D1, we just have to go to A1. Like, it's not like we have to go all the way across, or it was like at C. But, so we went there, and we were like sprinting, and we see the line, and let me tell you, my heart was never happier, because everybody there was wearing Blue Ridge shit and metal stuff. We're like, thank God, we're with our people finally. We like show up, we're like, hey, and they're like, oh, you got fucked by the light too. You want this?
Yeah, thank you.
They were like, you got fucked by the delay too, and we're like, yeah. And then we saw a couple other people coming too. So, but we finally got there, and then we had to take an Airbnb or a Uber, the Uber from the airport, which took a while to find. Okay. Took too long to find, actually. And we get this guy, we get in, they're like, oh, well, where are you from? We're like, oh, we're from Seattle. And he's like, oh, that's across the country. And we're like, hell yeah, it is. And we're like talking, he brings up the Panthers. because I forgot we're in North Carolina. And he's like, I was the one that. Oh, here you go.
Sorry, looking for the
Trying
bottle opener.
not
You're looking
to
for the bottle
interrupt
opener.
the story.
Yeah.
It's okay. I need a break. He like brings up the Panthers and Bryce Young, and I'm like,
that worked out.
yeah, right. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, guys drafted Bryce Young. He's like, yeah, I don't know how I really feel about trading up to the first overall pick to grab him, but
Hey, trading, that was a great move for them, except how much they gave up for it.
yeah,
That was not a good move at all. Sorry.
I mean, obviously it didn't work out because Bryce Young is
keep
a good,
going, Trevor.
it's, okay, no, you can-
but
it's a long story, dude. I'm like not even halfway done.
That's why I said keep going.
Oh, okay.
could have been a good move.
It could have
Got
been a
rid of
good
DJ
move.
Moore.
But so like I'm shooting shit with him. Was like, well, to be fair, man, I even told him, I was like, I'm a Patriots fan. I get a lot of shit, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm just gonna get that out of the way. And he even told me, he's like, you know what, man? It's your team. It's your team. I'm not gonna. You're not gonna make fun of my team. I'm
What
not
a
gonna
cool
make fun of your
Uber
team.
driver.
Oh, he got so much cooler. Cause he's like, well, how old are you guys? And we're like, 20 allegedly. And he's like, so you guys can't buy beer? And we're like, well, no, we can't, sir. And he's like, all right. We stopped by a gas station. He buys us like 3 6-packs of
Holy
like
shit.
beer,
What a
dude.
guy.
And we're like, just for free, just because he was a
Damn,
homie.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And we're like,
That
dude,
costed as much as your Uber driver.
do we have to suck
or
your dick or
Uber
something?
drive.
And he's like, nah, you're good, dude. You guys have a good, because we told him we're going to a festival and shit. He's like,
Mhm.
you guys pregame when you get, before you leave. That's my phone. That's my phone. I don't know why it went off like that. But he was like, you guys pregame before you go. When you get home, you keep going. And we're like, dude, we love you. Oh my God, we're giving you 7 stars. I don't know how, but we're gonna write a 5-star review and then say we want to give him 7. So we get there, we get to the Airbnb. It's in Dansville, which is a very, very like old timey town.
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely what is that called?
Confederate?
Yes.
Was that actually the word you were
Yes,
looking for?
not really, but that describes it as best as I can get it. Very Confederate town, it has that like, old America. That's what I was trying to, old America. Old America. Back when they were not the greatest people. But it was cool. And we get to no,
So
I
like
think
our
this,
town times 10.
yeah, pretty much. So we get there and knock on the door and it's this old sweet woman named Sue Ellen. She comes out and we're like,
Sue Ellen?
Sue Ellen was, and she
Oh my
made
God.
she made sure that you called her Sue Ellen. Her name was not Ellen. Her name was Sue Ellen.
It was Sue Ellen.
Sue Ellen.
Sue Ellen. Got it.
it. And we're like, oh my God, hey, like, we're so excited. She's like, are you guys also here for the metal festival? We're like, yeah. She's like, so is everybody else here? And we're like, everybody else here. What do you mean everybody else here? We had a shared Airbnb.
Still the best Airbnb owner ever. is
Still the best.
Sandra.
Sandra. Sandra, I don't know. Sue
I'll,
Ellen.
I'll tell a story about Sandra when you're done.
Yeah,
Because
Sue.
I don't even think Solomon knows these
Yeah,
stories.
Sandra's cool, but I don't know Sue Ellen. I'll get there.
Yeah.
Trying to move this forward. So, long story short, we met some of the other people. Actually, no. Yes, we did. We met. There was a mom and a son, and they were all the way upstairs. And
Did you guys know that it was a shared Airbnb?
no,
Ooh.
we had no clue.
Ooh.
And so we were a little put off by that for how much we
Yeah.
paid. We're
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say $2,000 for a shared Airbnb
Yeah,
That's
in
rough.
Dansville.
in Danville.
Is Danville. You said-
Danville.
I'm pretty sure you said Dansville.
I switched between Dan and Dansville.
I paid $300 for my own Airbnb.
To be
on the
fair,
beach.
when I searched up the Airbnb to find it, it was the last Airbnb in the city that was in at least a 20-minute mile radius from the
Oh
festival.
wow.
So I didn't even look at the price, honestly. I just
You
said
could have bought a tent.
I could have bought a tent, but I said fuck it, and I bought it. So yeah, we meet up with him later, actually after the first day of the festival. But that day we went and we got food and whatever. So the next day we buy an Uber. We get there early. We get there about at like 9:30 because the doors open at 11. So we wanted to get in line, whatever. We give out shuttle passes. It was about a 20-minute drive, which they also, first red flag, or like third red flag, they didn't advertise that you had to buy shuttle passes. The only reason why I knew about a shuttle pass is because of Tyler. That's the only reason. So people were there being told you have to buy the shuttle pass. We're sorry. Like, sucks to be you. So there was a huge line for the shuttle passes, and the people that already had the shuttle pass were going through. So we get to the festival. Me and Devin are freaking out. You know, oh my God, we're here. Let's go. Went and got water. You know, listening to the bands. You know, some heavy bands. We're like, oh, this is our people. We met some really cool people that were walking by. You know, just really down to earth people, which was crazy to see at a metal festival. Like, people were like super like just, oh, dude, it's cool.
Yeah.
And it starts to rain. And we're like, you know, and I'm telling you, it was at least 98 degrees, 100 degrees.
Oh.
So when it started raining, people were like taking their shirts off. They were screaming, you know, woo, rain. Me and Devin walk by, we'd be like, it's raining. And people would be like, it's raining. We're like, yeah. Then it kept raining. Then it rained a little harder. Then it rained a little harder. And then it started hailing. And then it started thundering.
Oh.
And before we knew it, it was just wind rushing. Like, stages were being torn apart. Tents were being, like, vendor tents were being pushed away. Like, and all of a sudden it was evacuation. Tornado incoming.
Jeez.
Me and Dev look at each other and we're like, oh, we're dead. This is where we die. This is our fucking final place of living. And so everybody's funneling through, like, and it's like hard, like I've never seen a storm so intense.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was like stage equipment was falling onto people. Like, it was bad. Like, there's videos and it literally looks like something like that somebody would make up to like try to get at somebody. Like, they're like to try to get at like a festival. Like, I want money. It was that bad, dude. And so we get put into a line, there's shuttles going out. We got evacuated at about 6. We didn't get on our shuttle until about 1 in the morning. We were standing in the cold rain for like, what is that?
7 hours.
7 hours.
Wow.
But we met some really cool people, to be fair, because we're all being tortured at the same time. And so we get home, and that's when we figure out about the neighbors upstairs, because my charger port was filled with shit, and I was trying to like charge my phone because it was dead. And so she came down and she was like, "Are you guys okay?" We're like, "Yeah, we're okay." Like, "Are you okay?" Like, "Yeah." She was like, "Do you mind? You know, how are you guys getting to the festival?" We're like, "Well, we're buying an Uber every day." She's like, "We have a car. I'll drive you." I'm like, all right, sure. So we wake up the next day. They drive us. You know, we're having a great time. We're getting to know each other, whatever. Get to the festival, and we actually get through a full day of the festival. Whole day. Got to see Slipknot, Sleep Token, Electric Cowboy, Lorna Shore, Job for a Cowboy. Bands you guys have no fucking clue about, but are like
goes on.
huge. It was such a good day. Sleep Token was great. Oh my God, Worship. I will cut off my dick for them, honestly. And so we go through the whole day, and we all leave early. Leave halfway through Slipknot. What? I said.
Oh my gosh. By the way, did you turn my headphones up?
I turned both of you guys' audios up because I'm like right here, and you guys are a little farther away.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we go through the whole day, and it was another problem. There was a big line, huge line, but it was normal this time. And me and Dev and Chris, I don't want to say their names because it's a podcast.
Yeah.
The lovely mom and son duo waited in line, and we got out at about like 2. Our boss Tyler did not get home until about 7 in the morning to have to get up and go to the festival at 10.
Wow.
Or 11. And so we all get home, you know, we're all joking, whatever. We plan on getting food the next night because we'll be halfway through the festival. I wake up to, once again, the most treacherous storm outside. Like, I'm telling, like, it's like the house is moving.
I'm reading all about it right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
I am, yeah.
It was huge.
Shut the fuck up, Charlie.
And it ended up being canceled for that day.
Man.
And then a couple hours later, it ended up being canceled entirely. The rest of we only got through 1.5 days of this festival. We paid $3,000 for.
Oh.
It it sucked. And they were like, "Don't worry, we'll issue refunds." Blah 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 blah. It's been 3 months. I still haven't gotten a refund.
Really?
They haven't even posted anything. They
Class
haven't
action lawsuit time,
Yeah.
baby. Everyone's getting 34 cents.
Now you're on a Facebook group.
I'm on a Facebook group.
Oh.
Me and Tyler are on a Facebook group
Wow.
together. That Screwed by Blue Ridge, and there's like 40,000 people on it. Yeah,
Yeah, they're fucked.
they're fucked.
They are not having a Blue Ridge Mountain Festival Extreme Extravaganza rock metal
You should make up
concert
the name.
2024.
No, they're already selling
They're
tickets for
selling
it.
tickets for the next year.
They're selling tickets so they can pay for all the refunds.
Yeah.
Man.
So that was pretty much it. And then actually no. Oh my God, there's so much to this story. So this all of a sudden turns from a metal festival extravaganza, getting our eardrums blown out, to a
Yeah.
fucking family reunion for Devin. Because
No
his
way.
family lives in North Carolina.
No way.
So his brother came in all the way to the Airbnb, picked us up and brought it into his house. And we stayed at his house until Tuesday. And it was cool, we watched football. I was actually able to watch football in the East Coast, which was super cool. And me and his brother we're football people, so we were able to talk. And he was like, "What's your favorite team?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm a Patriots fan, blah blah blah." He's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "What's your favorite team?" And he's like, "1 second." Goes upstairs. We're in North Carolina, okay? We're
Yeah.
in North Carolina. He is from Washington, okay? He goes upstairs. He comes down with a CeeDee Lamb jersey.
Oh, no. Oh, it literally could not have gone any worse.
No, I really couldn't have.
Oh.
Oh, I made fun of him.
Oh.
Oh, I went to town on him, and he went to town on me.
Yep. Yeah. I had a coworker right Wednesday
Mhm.
before the Seahawks Cowboys game. He was looking at Cowboys stuff on Amazon, and I leaned over and I said, "Hey, Warren, close the fucking tab. Do not buy
X out of it.
I was like, if you're gonna be living here, because he's from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if you're, which is
That's
an
crazy.
interesting coincidence because
Yeah.
he actually came in around the same time that you guys left. Which I think is
Really?
funny. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but he took a train all the way here with
Holy shit.
all of his shit.
That's
with him.
crazy.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
because he had to move everything that he owned,
Mm-hmm.
almost everything that he owned. Dude, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to find a team that I can be a fan of," and I was like, "Well, it's not going to be the Cowboys, and it's not going to be the Niners.
Not
it
them.
can be anyone else." And
Anyone
he's
else.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, you're right." And then I look over like 2 minutes later, and he's like looking at Seahawks jerseys.
You're like, good man.
Yeah, and I was like, I poked him, and I was like, "Hey, you're doing good," but you know that right across the street they have the team store right there.
Yeah.
He came back with like 2 jerseys,
Decked
4 hats,
out.
like just decked. Like, he probably spent $600.
Oh, easily.
Like it was crazy.
So,
Sorry.
are you done?
No.
No. Okay, keep going.
I'm
then.
really sorry.
Keep
It's
going.
almost done.
No,
We are
no,
actually
you're
at the tail
fine.
end now.
Okay.
We're actually at the tail end now. So, and pretty much the tail end is the last day. The last day we're actually coming home. So, Devin's brother.
My Devin.
I was gonna say my brother. Honestly, what I was gonna say. Devin's brother is in the army. He's like a huge up top. Like he told us some stuff that I will not say on the podcast because I just want to make sure that it's just, I want it was some cool shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And he said it was like clearance level. Like he's like you won't get in trouble for it, but I'm just not gonna repeat it. But we were talking about that, and he was like, well, I can drive you guys to the airport. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. He's like, I have PT though. I'd have to drive you at 2 a.m.
Oh.
and our flight leaves at 2 p.m. So me and Devin were like, it's free. We'll take it.
Yeah, that's an acceptable time to get to SeaTac for a flight that leaves at 2 p.m.
Yeah, Greensboro.
Anywhere else? No.
Literally a strip. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Wow.
So we get there at like 4 a.m. and we sleep. We're sleeping on the couches and whatever. Finally, 2 o'clock rolls around, and it is so our flight back is from Greensboro to Charlotte, which is a 45-minute flight, if that. Okay,
What?
to then go and have like a fucking 8-hour flight or a 7-hour flight, I think it was, just straight shot. So I don't understand why they had to have it connecting, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. That's
Whatever.
Flights be weird.
So
what kind of plane did you fly on?
shut up.
Boeing. No. And so when we got to their next flight,
Was it a 37?
I don't know, man.
Was it?
I don't know. I don't. God damn it.
Be honest.
So we get to Charlotte, and you know we get on the plane to go out, and we're just kind of taxiing around the airport for a little bit, and it turns into an hour, it turns into 2 hours, and they're like, hey, we're sorry, we're gonna have to go in. We're really low on fuel. It looks like there's a storm coming in, and we need to go ahead and pivot out. So many storms. He's like, we need to pivot out. So we went back, and then they were like, hey, we're actually going to completely change planes and flight crew. Our bad. Sorry. It's going to be another, 2 hours.
Oh.
And so 2 hours go by. I'm talking with the people next to me because we became really cool. And finally, all right, we're good. Come on. Same crew. Same plane. And it was, me and Devin were just like, what a perfect day. Way to end this fucking just hellhole of an experience. And we flew home. But good news. I bought Aftershock tickets. Me and Devin are going in October. And we're not... I'm flying to California, and that's the only flying that is happening.
I hate to
There you
burst
go.
your bubble, but it's December. You missed it.
Of next year.
I know. Hey, do you guys know where the fuel is stored on an airplane?
No.
Where is it stored, Solomon?
Do you want to know?
Sure.
You're gonna tell us.
Yeah, just give it a quick guess. Think of the place where it makes the least amount of sense.
The tail.
Where all the luggage is stored.
Oh, wow. You guys are actually pretty smart. No, it's actually stored in the wings.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's really all I wanted to say.
So
Okay,
what-
fuck you, Trevor.
what I wanted to say.
Okay.
What I wanted to say when you were talking about a great Airbnb owner,
Mm-hmm.
Sandra.
Oh, wait. She came and picked us up because we ended up walking that night. We're the second day where we had the full day. She came and picked us up and then drove us home. So I'm just saying.
Cool.
I'm just saying. It's like she took time out of her day to come pick us up.
So before I say anything, can you guys you hear me? I'm picking up because I can't hear myself anymore.
Yes, we can
Yeah.
hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good.
I might turn you up a
it's-
little bit.
Perfect.
You think it's perfect? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sandra, bless her heart.
Bless her heart. She was a good fucking
Oh my
host,
God.
dude.
So this was we went on a trip to the beach in Washington. This was the day after my birthday was the first day of the trip. So it was kind of a birthday trip for me, but it was also kind of a going away party for Devin because it was his last week in Washington before he moved to California.
Before you
So
moved
it
to
was-
those lands.
It was 5 of us. Unfortunately, Solomon wasn't there. We weren't as close with Solomon as we are now.
Yeah, we hated him.
Yeah, there was like a weird gap.
There was
in
a weird
between
gap
high school and
in high
like
school
now.
and now.
Yeah.
So
It's good. Look at
it was
us.
me, Trevor, Devin, and then
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Mike and Peter, which I've brought up in a previous story.
Oh.
Oh, and there's one other, the Charlie. I've said
CC.
his name,
Oh
CC,
yeah, Mr. 8-Ball of Coke himself.
What?
So there was that's 5 or 6 of us, and we got this Airbnb. Sandra, this older woman, was our host, and it was an awesome Airbnb. In the garage was like a man cave. There's a pool table. There's a shuffleboard table. There's foosball.
There was a Wii,
There's a Wii. Like
Oh,
Xbox.
hell yeah, a Wii.
There-
a Wii and Xbox One.
This
A
was
Wii?
a man cave. So we were like we're gonna party. Like this is gonna be a 2 or 3 day bender.
Oh, and we partied.
And so the first thing that it says on the Airbnb on the website, it says, this is a no smoke household. We all vape nicotine, and we're all vaping in our house the whole time.
Yeah.
And we're taking dabs in the bathroom and blowing it out the bathroom window. And
I have a great photo of me and CC, and we are just dead to the world.
yeah, we did shrooms one day. We did some other extraterrestrial activities.
Extracurricular.
No,
Yeah.
aliens.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, it was an awesome time. We just were fucked
Dude,
up the whole time.
The funniest thing is that I think
Great.
it was the first night I got so fucked up that, like, my head was spinning in my bed, and I thought I was gonna throw up, and then eventually I just passed out and woke up to you being like, "There's food upstairs." I was like, "Thank God."
Yeah, I made breakfast that first morning we were there, and we.
It's like you
It was. it was an awesome time. It was a great time, and afterwards, we were all a little bit stressed that we were gonna get a bad rating on Airbnb. That Sandra was gonna say some shit because it was a no smoke household. We were vaping the whole time, taking dabs in the bathroom,
Not following rules at all.
not following the rules at all. And
It was also when Elden Ring was a thing, and we played Elden Ring
yeah,
on my
and-
account.
And Sandra leaves me a 5-star review on Airbnb and says, Charlie and his friends were great guests. Would have them any time.
And would
Wow.
recommend them as
Would
well.
recommend them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even though we party and we break the rules, we clean up our shit. Okay.
Yeah. And there was one more.
Your rules are nothing to us, but we'll make sure it's good.
The last morning when we were we were cleaning up everything, and Peter, he was doing the dishes and everything, and he broke one of the mugs. And the first thing I did was I messaged Sandra through the Airbnb app, and I was like, hey, we were doing the dishes, we broke one of the mugs, so sorry. And she's like, oh, that's fine, we just count that as normal wear and tear, like we're not going to charge you or anything. And Sandra's
Lovely
awesome. It was a great trip.
Wow.
What are we at right now? 'Cause I really need to piss.
Same. I
you
was
need to-
just thinking that.
I'm one beer deeper than both of you, and I don't need a piss.
I have a weak bladder as it is.
I have been drinking water like crazy.
We're at an hour 5.
Hour
We're
5.
doing
Hour,
good.
5
We're
minutes.
doing good.
Doing good.
Do we want to take turns going to the bathroom really quick, or can we wait out like another 15, 20 minutes?
I cannot.
I can pause the recording. And you
Can-
guys
Oh,
both
we
go.
can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you
my.
set
Let's
up.
try that
Okay,
out. All right,
okay,
guys.
This
we're-
is a potty break
quick,
time.
quick potty break. We're gonna
Yeah.
pause and we'll be right back. But it'll feel like nothing for you guys.
Nothing to you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I just
And
unplugged my microphone.
Oh shit. we're back.
We're back, but Solomon's not here.
Dude, this new setup is so nice. That's so cool that we can just pause. I know that was nothing to you guys, but we all went potty and we talked for a little bit. But I mean,
Yeah.
everything from the new microphones, the new table, the 4-foot pickle
Pickle
Rick
Rick.
in the corner,
Yeah.
which I think I'm gonna make that the cover image for this episode.
I think you should.
Actually, that being said, if we're trying to get famous, which I know isn't really the goal, our most viewed episode is American Woman.
American Woman.
So,
It's
and
probably people thinking that it's the song American Woman, and then clicking on it.
the cover image is a picture of me and Trevor drawn out. So I don't know if we need to figure out like if we need to make our episode name similar to that, like a song name or something, and like pictures of us help with views. I don't know why that one's doing the best. So I don't maybe.
To be fair, that is the one that I had in my bio for the longest time.
True. I could do Pickle Rick and then name it. I don't know. Get Swifty.
Get Swifty.
Yeah. We could go Rick and Morty theme. And this
I
episode
promise
has
you, if
nothing
you
to
name
do
it
with Rick
Blue
and
Ridge
Morty.
Shit Show, it'll get views.
That's actually a good name. I like that.
Yeah.
That
Just
might
saying,
be it.
not to make it about me, but that would be.
I mean, 30 minutes of the episode is you talking about that. So.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry, I kind of took over.
No. That was a good story.
I was moving him to make sure that it wasn't underneath your beer.
You know,
I appreciate that.
We probably didn't even really need to pause. We probably could have ended it, unless you guys have anything else to say. I think we are kind of done.
I'm trying to think of. I don't know if there's been anything super relevant or exciting recently.
Fortnite OG is over.
Oh my gosh!
yes.
Fortnite
Okay.
OG is over.
We got
as
another
of,
30 minutes of content.
as of like 4 hours ago
I'm
today.
so sad that it's gone.
Season 5 or Chapter 5.
Oh,
Chapter
it's,
five.
it's gonna be good, and I'm back on the Fortnite grind.
Mhm.
OG
Yeah.
got me back. But
I was looking at
I'm
some
gonna
of
miss
the-
that map. Salty
was-
Springs. I land at Salty Springs 90% of the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Love Salty Springs.
I
and it's gonna be
landed.
gone.
I landed at Salty every single time we played duos or squads with you guys. Any time I was by myself, I'd land like other places every once in a while. But
Yeah, when I played solos, I'd do Tilted sometimes.
oh yeah,
but
yeah.
Mostly it was Salty. Who's
Yeah.
got Trevor's vape? Oh,
You know, it's
Trevor.
actually a really it's a really slept on spot to land. Is that castle up on top of that ice mountain? That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
a
yeah.
solid landing spot
Really?
because that immediately goes down into Greasy Grove, and then you can just head towards the center of the map and you can just
Dude.
wipe everyone out.
I used to love landing at a Viking. That was one of my favorite
Oh,
places.
Viking!
back
Yeah,
in
Viking was
OG.
great back
Actual
in the
OG.
actual.
Oh, yeah, actual OG. I loved it.
OG Viking.
I landed a what is it? The rich place on the edge of
Oh,
the map.
Snobby.
Snobby.
yeah.
Snobby Shores, baby.
I would land Snobby, but I would go to that little like evil base that they have up there on the.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the villain? The villain
rocket,
lair?
where
Yeah.
the original rocket landed or
Yes.
shot from there.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
where I would go, and it was
First
always
Fortnite
good.
event.
But back when you couldn't mantle, if you got stuck in that hole that the rocket was supposed to be in, you were fucked.
No, because you could build.
Not they
Like,
had
you
the
didn't have
concrete
mats.
around it.
Oh.
You couldn't build at all,
Yeah.
and you were
I
just fucked.
remember. I was
Yeah.
Speaking, I'm gonna watch a video on the event that happened today
I
because I
already
missed
did.
the event.
Yeah.
And I worked, but
Yeah.
I don't know how this one stacks up. Don't spoil it for me. But my favorite event was the butterfly one.
Season X.
I think so.
Yeah.
The one where it all like.
Yeah. And like I remember just everyone in
Oh.
the lobby, and everyone in the game like floating
Yeah.
around in space, and like
And
there's
then-
the butterfly, and,
And then there
watching
was
the
just no
butterfly.
Fortnite for like, I don't even remember how long it was, but it was too long. Like,
Yeah.
It was like a week.
Yeah, no, it was just like, you get on, like
You-
you go,
you
you
can't
go home
eat
from
the
school the
fucking-
next day and you're sitting there and you're like,
You can't eat the
There's-
fucking
there's
chocolates
not.
while we're
Yeah.
podcasting.
I realized that.
yeah, you
You
Travis
can't.
over there go,
You need his fucking
Oh, yeah,
it's like a week.
coins.
it's like a
I'm
week.
really sorry. Fuck you, man. That-
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no chocolates on podcast. It's okay.
So stupid, man.
So we'll get some custom.
What did my
ones and-
PlayStation account just
Yeah.
get charged?
One of the soundboards that I really want. One of the sounds. I always fucking hear it in like YouTube videos and it makes me laugh. It's the pussy one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do the Vine boom, where it's
Vine boom would be good. I didn't even think about that. Vine boom would be good.
like the regular show noise, where it's like meow.
Oh yeah.
That wouldn't fit in
It
anywhere.
wouldn't fit in it.
But it'd be like in the middle of talking, you just press the button.
If we
I just
do-
got charged for my PlayStation 12 months.
Oh shit.
Damn.
How much is that?
It's 100.
173.
Oh.
Because I got the premium.
Yeah, the premium.
Yeah.
I just looked at my
I-
bank
I-
account. I'm not too happy.
Yeah, I pay about the same for Xbox Live, but I do it monthly.
If we do,
So.
That's what I do.
It doesn't actually count for
if
real
we
money.
do
It's only
an intro,
$14.
we should get like an intro song or something that I can play at the start of every episode. But I
Yeah.
don't know if we'll do an intro.
Yeah.
We'll see. We did an
All
intro
the-
today just because of introducing,
Yeah, the new setup. The new mics. I
The
think
snapping. What was the snapping for?
the mics.
I can't wait to listen to this episode. It's gonna
Yeah.
sound so much better.
Well, let's finish it
Yeah,
then.
I'm really hoping. Yeah, I'm really hoping that there's not that like slight buzzing that we're hearing on the.
I don't think. I
headset.
think that's just because of the headset.
Yeah,
like,
I think I
Hopefully.
think that is just
Hopefully.
like feedback too. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say.
I
Yeah,
know what you're trying to say.
yeah. I don't. Oh man, I don't think I have an autistic breakdown of the week.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
No, I think I was pretty
Damn.
solid.
Pretty solid this week.
All right.
There's one.
Yeah, there was.
Autistic breakdown of the week. Oh wait. Yeah.
The one. I was sitting at lunch for work, right? My lunch is at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is an absurd time for lunch.
I
Makes
agree.
no sense.
That's breakfast.
That's
No.
completely beside. Yeah, no, that's
me and
breakfast.
me and Solomon had this conversation. 10 a.m. is good for lunch when you eat breakfast at 4 a.m.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you
This is
put it right. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is man. I'm sitting down, I'm sitting with my usual people. Right? And we're all talking, having a good time, and this new woman sits next to us. And usually
Femboy or no femboy?
this was a woman. I did a sack tap to confirm.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
grabbed her by the.
What? No, but no. Sorry. We're usually us men, us real men, we're scared women, so we don't have any sitting in our group. So she sits down, and we all kind of look at each other like, what's going on?
Woman alert.
And she sits like right next to me at the end of the table, and we're all sitting there talking. She kind of like gets into the conversation, like eases her way in, and we're all talking and stuff, having a good time. And because I didn't have anything going on that day, I think it was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday. It's either Thursday or Wednesday. I didn't have anything going on after lunch, so I was just sitting there, and I like kept talking to her, and I was under the impression that because she had been sitting there talking to me pretty openly for about 35 minutes, like just me and her, that it was a valid reason. I feel like this isn't an autistic breakdown of the week. This is just like an epic woman moment. You know what I'm trying to say? No,
Almost
but
trying to steal my segment. Then.
Yeah.
no, I kind of am almost. This is almost the woman of the week. But I was like, yeah, no, that's like, we get done talking and we're kind of like when you kind of feel things like coming to an end.
Yeah.
So we're like getting done talking, and I was like, yeah, hey, I'd love to like talk to you more, hang out or whatever. Like, can I have your number? Is that okay?
I'm assuming it was not okay.
It was not okay because it was like an immediate. It was like an immediate fuck you, and then grabs her stuff and walks away.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, and I sat there. I sat there for another hour.
Bewildered. Yeah.
You're sitting there just like,
I didn't know what else to do, so I was
Yeah.
like I wasn't even mad or anything. I was just kind of like, what, huh? I was more confused than anything because I'm just sitting there. I was talking to this like beautiful woman that's probably 2 or 3 years older than me for a long time. Like it felt like forever. The longest I've actually had a one-on-one conversation with a woman before, while feeling that comfortably. And no, it just kind of came crumbling all down on top of me. So I just sat there. I was like, I don't know what to like. Do I go back to work? Do I clock out like 3 hours early and go home?
Do
I was
I
like,
go
what do I
home?
do? I was seriously considering because it was like an immediate pit in my stomach, and I was like, I should just go home. This is not my day. And you know
damn,
what?
dude.
That was not my day.
It was not your
To be
day?
honest, it wasn't my day. No, Thursday was. Yeah, no,
Thursday
was
was a bit of a rough day. I can't
It
agree
was.
there.
Yeah.
Well, I just finished my 3rd beer, so I think we should finish the podcast.
All right.
3 beers. I only had 2. I'm feeling.
Like
Yeah.
1 1/4. I'm fine.
Alrighty. Well,
Right.
anyone that's still here, thanks for listening. I
Yeah,
hope
thank
the
you.
audio is way better.
We appreciate you.
Yeah,
I'd say
Um,
thank you for making all these microphones happen, but that was
that was our
Purely us.
that
we,
was yeah
You guys literally didn't donate anything.
yeah, and we
Alrighty.
don't make any money off them. So.
Piss pit out.
Chunky Cheese with 919. Come play duos with me anytime after 4 p.m. on a
No.
Cut
Wednesday.
it. Cut it.
Piss
Cut it.
pit out.